Whew. Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. Once I got on my YouTube channel, I realized that I hit 500 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. We did it, 15,000 subscribers.
This should allow you to your second, third.
Hello everyone. It's been quite some time since I sat down in front of this camera, probably going on almost 3 years now since I posted on this YouTube channel, and it's even been a couple of years since I logged in to this YouTube channel. Now, I have a ton of really exciting news today about kind of where this YouTube channel is heading. We're gonna do a little bit of a rebrand, but before we get into all that, I feel like I really need to kind of go back in time a little bit and explain where I've been for the last couple of years. So we'll do that, and then trust me, you definitely want to stick around. This YouTube channel is no longer dead. I'm going to start posting on it again and doing more things, so stick around, we'll talk about all of it. So kind of explaining where I've been the last couple of years. After I stopped posting on this YouTube channel, I did end up running a 5th year at the University of Akron. Well, almost a full 5th year. I ran a cross-country season and a little bit of an indoor season. Cross-country season went really well. It started off a little rocky, but ended up winning a MAC title as a team in cross-country for the first time ever in school history at the University of Akron. I was 5th overall at MAC championships in cross-country, which was really cool, and then ended off with a really, really solid regionals race at Wisconsin. I think I ended up running somewhere in the range of 30-40 for 10K and placing around 40th place. I don't know exact times or exact places anymore, but if I had to guess, it was right around there. Someone can fact check me on that. And then from there, took a little bit of a break and started a track build. With that, track season was extremely rocky, and that's really when I guess you could classify it as the burnout started to hit. I really wasn't enjoying the sport as much as I used to, and with that, it was very hard to get out the door, and that's kind of why this YouTube channel slowed down a lot. It was hard for me to even get out the door and run, so the last thing I wanted to do was bring my camera with me and record things. So with that, I slowly stepped away from competitively running during indoor track season of my 5th year. I was still in school, no longer competitively running, and got a job. So I started working in a run specialty store up in Northeast Ohio, just kind of working the floor, helping customers, things like that. And really started to think about like, hey, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? And nothing was really holding me to the Northeast Ohio area. So I ended up talking to my girlfriend. We lived together at the time, and we decided to move to Cincinnati. So Cincinnati, for those of you who are not familiar with my long backstory, Cincinnati is where I'm originally from. So ran here in high school, lived here my entire life, and then went to Northeast Ohio for 5 years to run in college. So moved back here, got a place downtown, and was starting to work or look for job opportunities in the Cincinnati area. With that, a lot of people have probably been through this situation and or will eventually go through this situation. I was a college runner who knew running, and that's basically all I knew. And I was really lost during this time of like, what do I want to do? I always told myself I loved working at the running store in Northeast Ohio, but eventually I had to get a real job is what I always told myself. And I started to look around, and the one thing that was kind of tough is I was still in school as well. So I was still getting my master's at the University of Akron, fully online. But just started searching around the job market and stumbled across a manager position at Feet Cincinnati. From there, interviewed and ended up getting the job. So with that, the past 2 years I've been managing retail stores here in the Cincinnati area, and that's kind of where this channel is going to be headed, and I'll talk about that a little bit more here in a second. But they allowed me to come in, really took a chance on someone who didn't have a whole lot of work experience and also was still in school. And yeah, I started at our 50 West location for about a year, and now I'm in our Blue Ash store here in the Cincinnati area. We have 7 stores across the Cincinnati area, locally owned. We're franchised out by Frank and Stacy DeJulius. And it's really been the best thing for me, for sure. Other really quick, tiny updates, not tiny, but quick updates. I am married now, so that's probably a shock to a lot of you. I'm married. We got married in August of 2025, so we've just been married a couple of months now. But living downtown in Cincinnati, working here full time, managing this location, and it's been absolutely amazing. So now talking about this channel, what this channel is going to be, the direction it's heading. What I want to do and what I've already started to do is start to rebrand this channel a little bit. We're going to rebrand it into Feet Cincinnati, and it's still not a whole lot's going to change. It's going to be me primarily sitting in front of this camera talking to you guys, but it's going to be a lot of shoe reviews. It's going to be a lot of behind the scenes stuff, what it takes to run a 7-store run specialty business in the Cincinnati area. It's going to be a lot of, like I said, that tech side of things, but I really want to get into the business side of things as well. So coming out of college, like I said, I always told myself, oh, it's time to grow up and get a real job and do something like that. But as I've gotten more and more into this run specialty business, there is so much opportunity. So I want it to be a little bit educational as far as like what you can do in this industry, because if you are someone who lives, breathes, dies running like I did, the last thing you want to do is stop doing that. And definitely my running has slowed down a little bit. It's not 100-mile weeks and low 14-minute 5Ks anymore, but I'm still heavily involved in this community, which I love. So yeah, rebranding the channel has already taken place. From there, I'm gonna post this video. You guys will see it, and I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit of time. And then probably right around the start of the year, we'll start jumping into shoe reviews and things like that. With being a part of an amazing company like this, I do have opportunity to get product a little bit quicker. So with that, shoe reviews will be the #1 thing that I will do on this channel. But also, like I said, the behind the scenes is very important to me as well. Maybe a day in the life of our owner, maybe the behind the scenes of setting up and running Flying Pig Marathon, setting up our expo space and doing the start line stuff that we do. There will be a lot of stuff like that. I have really big dreams for this YouTube channel, and I think getting into this is way better than letting it sit here and slowly die off. I'm not going to private any of my old YouTube videos. They will still sit on this channel. Honestly, I enjoy going back sometimes and watching them and seeing everything. But yeah, that is basically where this channel is headed. I don't think I rambled on too long, so that's good. But yeah, that is basically it for me today. Like I said, be on the lookout for a lot of videos coming. Not a whole lot's gonna change. It's gonna be me sitting here, probably in this store, maybe one of our other stores, talking about product. Yeah, that's basically all I have for today. It's been really interesting and kind of weird to sit back down in front of this camera again. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.